As many of you know, last year I ran for Speaker of the House and luckily won. And the last year has been a really trying year on the e-board. I can start out by saying that I really think that if anyone can get through a year like this on this e-board, where there have been so many personal and professional challenges, and get through it and have such a successful simulation, and I feel like it's been a really successful simulation thus far, that in and of itself qualifies me for the job. I will be the first to tell you that I had some screw-ups. I will also be the first to tell you that I believe that when it comes to political offices, simulated or real, the first term is a learning experience. The second term is where you really put your knowledge and achievements to work. You know what you're doing better. You've had the advice of others who are more experienced in those areas. You've had friends there to lean on when you had a problem. This year has been a really great experience for me. I've learned where loyalties lie. I've learned that professional relationships and friendships aren't always one and the same. But I've also learned that in the end, you can put all differences aside and come together to put on a really, really great show. I said I feel like we've done that. I feel like I've done a good job. I hope those of you in the House and those of you who've had the opportunity to see me thought I did a good job. I think that we had a really successful committee day. I've heard really nothing but good things from committee chairs and spokespersons and whips. Heard really nothing but good things coming off the House floor. Are there a few minutes where it's kind of a little crazy in there? Yeah, but that's the House. If you can't handle a little craziness, then the House is not for you. I think that what I bring to the table is experience, a willingness to do what needs to be done to get the job done, a love for the organization that knows no boundaries. I would appreciate everyone's vote for Speaker of the House. I take any comments or questions, and thank you.
The Speaker will now take 2 questions.
Mr. Garcia.
How you doing, Ms. Erbes? With this year we had about, I don't know, it looked like 60% first-year delegates, something like that in the House. And especially on the Republican side, it looks like we lost most of the Republicans last year. Based on your experience, what are you going to do this future year to make sure that you retain some of these cats, so building up some seniors and as well as bringing in that many new first-year delegates?
If I may, that was kind of 3 questions within one question. If I may address them all, that's separate points. It definitely was a year of a very, very high percentage of first-year delegates, which is great. I've gotten to know a lot of them, and I think that they're all great. I think they all have great potential. I think they seem to have all had a lot of fun, and I hope they'll all come back next year. So that brings me into the next part of the answer. Having those first-year delegates and some second years who've had a really good experience, they're going to want to come back. And so there's that retaining aspect. With that comes recruitment, working with the Lieutenant Governor, whoever that may be, in recruitment of new people, new schools, high schoolers, getting the word out. I have a plan of working with the YMCA Youth Legislature, which is the high school version of MIG more or less, and we kind of have a bug in their ear for sending kids who are in that in high school onto MIG in college if they attend a state school in Illinois. So I think that we have a great growing potential.
What is the most scandalous thing you've ever done while on a MIG simulation?
Wait, I'm sorry, that's not I need to the office completely, specifically. You get to choose.
Yes, the senator with the yellow one.
Thank you. Speaking as a member of MIG as well as an employee of the YMCA, how many cities are going to be limited to being involved in the YMCA government program? I know that's
I'm sorry, it's not for his office, Tim. I'm sorry about that.
Mr. Butler?
Thanks, Andrew. Hey, first of all, I want to say you did a great job this year. Really impressed. Thanks a lot.
Question, please.
Second question would be, why Speaker of the House? Why not something different? Like, what makes you think that Speaker of the House is the best position for you?
First of all, I personally believe that in order to do a good job at what you do, you have to love it. You have to love your job. The House is where my heart is. There's nothing wrong with the Senate. There's nothing wrong with the journal, with the paper. There's nothing wrong with the governor's office or lieutenant governor's office, secretary of state, controller, treasurer, any of that. My heart is in the House. I love it, and I want what's best for it. When I'm there, I feel at home. And I just absolutely love every aspect of it. And I'm so comfortable there, and I think I bring good things to the chamber, and that's why.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next we have